Caitlin Clark got all but one Rookie of the Year vote. She will not have the distinction of being a unanimous Rookie of the Year. Is it a big, I would tend to think Caitlin Clark doesn't care, but she probably does care a little bit. And a lot of people are celebrating that. They're excited. They stay strong, whoever it was that, kept it real and blah, blah, and denied her that distinction.
We're about to break down Caitlin Clark's crazy journey from rookie to WNBA sensation. We'll look at the records she's smashing, the drama with Jemele Hill, and why USA Today is in trouble with the Players Union. Stick around to see if Clark's really changing the game forever. Do you remember when it was said that rookies needed some time to acclimate to the professional game? That message was lost on Caitlin Clark. She looks like she's been a pro for a long time. How does she pull it off, and why are critics and fans going absolutely crazy over her shows?
The WNBA Rookie of the Year race was pretty much neck and neck for the majority of the season, but now the league has officially crowned its queen. Caitlin Clark is your 2024 WNBA Kia Rookie of the Year. My girl averaged 19.2 points a game, 5.7 rebounds, and led the league with 8.4 assists per game, and that made her the first rookie to ever lead the W in that category. And I mentioned the Rookie of the Year race being tight throughout the season, but she ended up with 66 votes from a national panel of 67 sports writers and broadcasters.
Clark had performances that changed the game, so let's talk about that. Not only is this rookie good, she's outstanding. A first-year player who was named to the Eastern Conference's weekly squad 3 times? What on earth? While most players only hope to receive that honor once, Clark has done it no less than 3 times. She isn't merely maintaining pace with the pros, she is actually leading them. Which one is more insane? In one particular game, Clark lost control. Think about this. Clark is currently on the court with the ball, like they're not even there. She's snaking past her pursuers. As quickly as she reaches the arc of the arc, she whips around the court, seemingly unable to make a pass to a teammate in the paint.
Caitlin Clark's going to go, can you believe I didn't go unanimous? Now, I thought we would have unanimous MVP and unanimous Rookie of the Year. But it feels like all these voters are like, wasn't me. Wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yes, Paulie. You got that with Asia Wilson, but Caitlin Clark all but won, and I don't think it's going to ruin her summer. I don't.
Analysts are at a loss for words as the audience goes wild. It's as if you're watching an experienced veteran rather than a college grad. However, Clark's influence extends far beyond her performance in basketball. Now, we can discuss those WNBA ratings. You won't believe this, but Clark has reportedly had a greater impact on viewers than Steph Curry and LeBron James altogether. More than twice as big as 2 of the NBA's most famous players. I can sense your thoughts at this point.
Caitlin Clark's incredible season has come to a storybook ending as she won the Rookie of the Year award.
You are the 2024 Kia WNBA Rookie of
Caitlin Clark's rookie season, it was a show. Her 769 points set a new rookie record, passing Hall of Famer Simone Augustus from her debut campaign.
Tell me how that's even conceivable. Well, it seems that Clark's presence has turned into a major national plot point this season. People pay attention when she performs. Her audience is captivated by her presence. They are eagerly anticipating her next move, hoping she will set a new record. Now things start to become interesting. Is it reasonable to expect a novice to handle all this? I mean, Clark is incredible, but can a single player truly guarantee a league success? Particularly for someone who is only beginning their professional career, that is a tremendous burden to bear. It should be noted that the WNBA is home to other remarkable athletes as well. While some have been there for a long time and are still going strong, others are just getting their start. Is it fair to pick on a single player so much?
Caitlin Clark showed up, and this is proof that her life is 10 times as hard as, to get the same credit.
People were actually watching her play basketball, so that added stress of the much bigger audience certainly came into play. I don't want to say scrutiny, but coverage is another way of lowering the bar. And I'm going to say this again. This is a Confucius mantra. The standards they set for you is what they really think of you.
Then again, it's impossible to be unenthusiastic when Clark is on the field. She brings life to the game with her boundless enthusiasm and charisma. No one can help but stare at her while she's playing. Her every move leaves you guessing. Not only is Clark causing a stir, but she's also shaking things up. A well-respected sports journalist has recently criticized the WNBA for their treatment of her accomplishment. What's the big deal, and might it alter our perception of Clark's influence? It would be reasonable to assume that everyone is getting on board with Caitlin Clark, wouldn't you? Hold on a second. The WNBA is experiencing a tumultuous period due to the resistance of several prominent figures in the sports media. It is time to discuss Jemele Hill. All the publicity around Clark isn't buying it for her. Hill is upset about the way the WNBA playoffs are being discussed. She calls it irresponsible to argue that Clark's absence is to blame for the decline in playoff ratings. Hill's argument? Naturally, Clark's popularity would increase those figures, but that would be true of any major celebrity. On Twitter, Hill was uncensored, and yet I can't help but notice careless headlines asserting that the WNBA playoffs are suffering due to the absence of Kayla Clark. She wrote, "Would her presence increase the ratings? Of certainly. But what if big market teams were involved, or if LeBron James and Steph Curry were in the finals? The ratings would be better, but then again, who cares?" Isn't that a fiery perspective? Hey, we shouldn't put all our faith in Caitlin Clark, is essentially what Hill is saying. So, what's your opinion? Should we let off the gas on Clark's hoopla, or is Hill correct? Alright, moving on to the next controversy. Keep in mind the game where Clark took an eye shot. A fresh crisis ensued as a result of that. Christine Brennan, a reporter for USA Today, began to ask some pointed questions on it. She was curious as to whether Dejanai Carrington had any premeditated plans to strike Clark. Wow, you really have me intrigued. This did not sit well with the WNBA Players Association. Some even went so far as to demand that Brennan revoke her media credentials, claiming that her inquiries were extremely inappropriate. That is some very serious matter. However, Brennan would not budge. She claims she was merely carrying out her duties. According to her, "I asked questions that I would ask 100 times out of 100. It's journalism 101 for me." Brennan's argument? Thanks to her, athletes now have a platform to voice their opinions on pressing problems. We need answers to some serious questions about this. Are reporters within their rights to ask probing questions like that? Or should they choose the safe route? What about the Association of Players though? Are they doing what's necessary to keep their players safe, or are they crossing a line? Like the whole WNBA is being scrutinized by Clark's success, and some people aren't happy about it. Clark has brought a lot of attention to the league, and some people are enjoying it. Some people are concerned that it's happening too quickly. Even with all the hubbub, Caitlin Clark is clearly making an impression, but can she truly be the revolutionary force that everyone says she is? Now, let's dissect the actual action on the court. Do you recall our discussion about the Rookie of the Year award? It seems like Clark is garnering more than just accolades. She is also winning over fans' hearts. Her reaction was just impeccable when she won the title. But guess what's even more awesome? Chris Paul, a legend in the NBA, posted a video in which he supported her. Getting praise from a celebrity like that as a novice must be incredible. Paul went beyond a simple congrats. Do not give up. He urged Clark to keep improving. Respect like that from a top-tier point guard is rare. She seems to have caught his eye, and he thinks she has the potential to revolutionize women's basketball. However, the most intriguing part begins at this point. Clark is attracting spectators like no one's business in addition to dazzling the experts. Record viewership for the WNBA has led to what? A mini event occurs in each and every game in which Clark participates. Everyone is watching to witness her next move. Give that some consideration. Even those who have never watched women's basketball before are taking notice of one athlete who just graduated from college. The entire league benefits from that, not only Clark. However, let's briefly apply the brakes. How beneficial is this spotlight on the sport? Too much, too quickly is what some people are worried about. Someone has complained that we're placing an undue burden on a single player, and it's possible they're right. Basketball, after all, is a sport played by teams, isn't it? Conversely, a new wave of ballers may be being inspired by Clark's success. When you're a little girl, you get to watch Clark make three-pointers and pass the ball about like it's nothing. The thought of making it to the WNBA suddenly isn't so far away. The million-dollar question is Caitlin Clark emerging as a genuine basketball superstar for women? Is it still too soon to say? It's not an easy choice. She has the talent, the numbers, and the star power. On the one hand, we've never seen the league get so much attention from someone like her. However, there is more to being a hero than simply having good game. Motivating people and making a difference in the world on and off the court are key. It will take some time to quantify an effect of such kind. However, one thing is certain, Clark has sparked interest in women's basketball. No matter your opinion of her, you can't ignore the fact that she's creating a stir. That is an impressive achievement in an underappreciated sport. Thus, what is your opinion? Can we trust Caitlin Clark? Or is this all just lip service? Is she actually altering the game? This is just the beginning. Stay tuned for more. If Clark's first season is any indication, her adventure is only getting started and it will be an incredible ride.